Hey, Taurus, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your February 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, welcome. Now, this bonus reading is going to represent the purpose, whether it's the purpose of a relationship, a situation, a job, a health concern, or maybe even life purpose. So what we have here at the bottom of the deck, time to go. Time to go. So subconsciously, you may know that it's time to leave a situation behind. This is giving me Eight of Cups energy, where you are on a spiritual quest. We're all on a spiritual quest, but there's a situation you are being called to walk away from or leave behind. And I feel like that's what you're working through at this time. Look at this. You have To the Sea card. Some of you could be thinking about detoxing, moving. You could be taking your emotions as well, because water does represent emotions, and you're moving on from a situation. They're actually giving me a song. If I Could Turn Back Time. I think that's Cher, If I Could Turn Back Time. So some of you, this is either you or a soulmate. Now you have soulmate showing up, Taurus. Soulmate doesn't have to just be a romantic partnership. Soulmates come in all different shapes and sizes and forms, whether it's friendships, family, pets, animals, excuse me, yes, romantic relationships as well. We can have many, many different soulmates, and we do have many different soulmates throughout our lives. Karmic relationships, karmic soulmates, but I'm getting this energy of either you or someone within your energy field. They wish they could turn back time, because that song is coming in loud and clear. If I could turn back time. So again, you may be walking away, or someone is walking away. This could also be the loss of a loved one as well. This could be death energy, because in the middle here, you have the regeneration. Now, this is all about the phoenix rising from the ashes. So some of you have gone through the pits of, despair. You've gone through a lot here. There's something that you've turned your life around, and you rose above the fray. In a sense, you've rose above a situation, and I feel like your guides and your spiritual team and your ancestors and even soul contracts that you've made in this life have helped you do this. Some of you are in the midst of this currently, and I really like this energy here, this card, because you can see that right there on that tree, even though there has been, a burning. It's like something's been burnt to the ground here. It almost gives me tower vibes and death vibes all in one. But it almost looks like there's a blueberry growing, and there are some leaves here that are still coming up. And blueberries are very powerful, for one, superfoods, antioxidants. But blueberries are one of those fruits that, even if a wildfire comes through and burns the entire plant to the ground, blueberries will come back even hardier than prior. And they thrive, and they can withstand any sort of harsh environment that they've gone through again, and they come back stronger and hardier and more alive and more vibrant than ever before. So that's a message for a lot of you Taurians here, because there's something that's maybe coming back to life. Maybe you yourself, maybe this is your energy. This could be a relationship, a soulmate. For some of you, even if you've decided to walk away, or someone has decided to walk away from you, or you're going in search of that ninth cup, I feel like you are opening yourself up to this new journey. You're really getting honest with yourself. You have the Truth Be Told card here. Card 14. So there may have been some masks that needed to be taken off. Perhaps this is you or another person, where some sort of truth came up in a situation or came up within your soul. And perhaps there was even an illusion of what something ought to look like, or the potential of a relationship or a soul contract. But something kind of crumbled, right? Something came in and destroyed it. And I feel like this situation is calling for you to be truthful about what was, but also step into this new empowering energy of what can be created out of some sort of loss or some sort of pain. And for some of you, maybe this loss and pain has to do with hidden truths or betrayal, maybe even lying to oneself about a situation, but everything is getting unveiled or uncovered here with the truth be told. Oh, I almost said truth be cold. So there could have been some sort of cold, hard truth around a family member, around a business contract. For some of you, I am getting absolutely marriage, commitment, love. And I feel like some of you are walking away from maybe the single life. Maybe you've been single for quite some time and you're being reborn here in a sense. You've been going through a healing phase, right? Getting back to feeling fresh and revitalized like that tree, growing some new leaves here, that blueberry in the midst of it all. Some of you could benefit from eating blueberries as well. That's also, blue energy can be protecting, angelic, and it can also represent that throat chakra. So maybe creative expression. There could be some sort of communication coming in, some truthful communication. All right, let's dive in and take a look at what's the purpose. What's the purpose here? Let's look at your energy. Ace of Coins. Beautiful. New opportunity, new beginning in the physical world. We're just going to get all your cards out here first. We're going to take a look at your weaknesses and your strengths. We'll take a look at the lessons to be learned, the hopes and fears, what you don't know, and advice to achieve your hopes and fears. All right, bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. Stay determined. Tell yourself you're all in. You are all in. That's that regeneration, right? That's how you're going to rise from the ashes, is saying to yourself, I'm not giving up. I'm all in. Even though at times in my life I've lost courage, I've lost determination, I've wanted to get up, I've hit rock bottom, you are all in. You're a fighter, Taurus. You're a warrior, a love warrior, right? You are a warrior here of the heart, of the spirit, of the soul. You are all in. And that is a really amazing energy for you to embrace in this purpose. All right, so you're showing up here in an energy of new abundance, right? Maybe this is a new job opportunity. It could be a new home, a new relationship. Some of you are changing your diet, changing the way that you view food or even view your body. When the Ace of Coins shows up in the upright position here, this is all about taking that potential and grounding it into reality here, because you want this opportunity, because you know in the past, or you felt in the past, that you've missed out on opportunities for money or for growth or for abundance. Now the door is swinging wide open and I feel like you can't help but walk through it, but there is a little bit of hesitation. So for some of you, whatever new beginnings are showing up in the physical, tangible, earthly realm, that may be what you're contemplating at this time. Now, this could also be success in your career. It could be a bonus. For some of you, it is a gift coming in. It could be inheritance. It could be a large sum of money. Okay. For others of you, I feel like you could be rejoining maybe the workforce, or I almost get facelift on a business. Facelift on a business. So maybe that means some of you are changing the way that you do business, or your own business, or your own career. Maybe you're giving your resume a facelift, or maybe your business page could benefit from a big facelift. Perhaps your company is merging and there's going to be a new energy here, but this is where you're at here. So this is you. Let's take a look at your weakness. Change. You're fearing change with the Eight of Cups. And we said that earlier, that Time to go card, it does remind me of the Eight of Cups. So again, this is subconsciously what's going on here for you, Taurus. It is time for you to, now there's two schools of thought here, and I'm going to share both of them, completely up to you. When it comes to the Eight of Cups, which we have here, we can think of it in one of two ways. We can look back and think of what we're leaving behind. We can think of the rejection or the abandonment, or, you know, the fear of closing one door, because what if that door is closed and locked forever and we can't ever go back? And what if we're fearing that immensely and it blocks us from moving forward? Because we can always constantly look back and say, well, what if? Or the second school of thought, Taurus, is what am I walking towards? Right? What am I walking towards? You know that after the 8 comes the 9 of Cups, right? So you're walking towards your 9th cup, your wish fulfillment, emotional contentment and freedom. So I feel it's important for you to decide, are you stuck in an energy of continually looking over your shoulder and fearing change because you don't want to close the door because it's your comfort zone, right? And we get comfortable in our comfort zone. But I feel like what you're being guided with, this being in your weakness sector, you're being guided to choose one of those school of thoughts that excite you, that bring in a higher vibration, that bring in a sense of enthusiasm. And of course, you know, my thought would be moving towards, right? What are we moving towards? What are we deciding to get excited about, right? It's up to you. But I would say here that your routine is feeling a little bit stagnant, or your routine is getting a little too comfortable. And what happens to water when it pools? Right? Water is meant to continually flow. Think of a beautiful stream or a waterfall, right? We're able to drink, for the most part, right? Drink that water because it's clean. We hope it's clean, right? Or, you know, do you want to drink that water from that free flowing stream, or from that puddle that it's accumulating a lot of bacteria and a lot of germs and, you know, things that just tend to pile up in a pool of muddy water? And that's kind of where you're at. But there is change here available for you, Taurus, but the weakness is fearing that change. Now let's take a look at the situation. 8 of Swords in reverse. So we have double 8s. So a lot of strength required here. We're also in an 8 year, 2024. But the good news is this 8 is in reverse. So instead of doubting your gifts, your skills, your ability, your love, your purpose, right? This is your purpose here. Instead of doubting it, you're returning to a sense of confidence. You're telling yourself, right, that you're going to move forward and you're walking towards your purpose, instead of staying stuck in a routine that is hindering your soul's growth, whatever that may be for you, whatever you're ready to shake up and change. But sometimes we are our own worst enemy, right? We are the ones that get caught up and we trip up over our own thoughts and our own fears and our own limiting beliefs, right? And it's all about you kind of getting out of your own way, taking off that blindfold, taking off the binds that hold us, and trusting in yourself and having confidence in yourself, right? If you weren't meant to be moving forward, then, you know, your intuition and the signs and synchronicities and your guides and your inner knowing wouldn't be pushing you to see this opportunity that's right in front of you. So the purpose here is kind of to get out of our own way and to not fear this change, because you're being reborn again, Taurus. You are being reborn. And a lot of you, this kind of goes back a long way. Remember what I said in the beginning about you transforming your life in big ways? Spirit is telling me you've already done it before. You can do it again. You've already done this before, you can do it again. So why the fear now? And sometimes when we're 20 years old, we feel like, you know, our whole life is ahead of us and we can do anything, right? The sky's the limit. And then Fast forward 20 years and we tend to feel like, wow, can we really do this? I don't feel like I have that strength and that stamina as maybe I did back then, but you're wiser now, Taurus. You're more versatile, flexible, but yet you're also more mature, and you most likely have tuned into your intuition a lot more as well. So not only do you have that energy on your side, it's almost as if it doubled, but you may not be seeing it that way. Now, your strength here is the Three of Cups. The strength here is all about gleeful celebrations. It is about being able to join forces. And look at all this cup energy for you as well. Well, the Eight of Cups and the Three of Cups, I suppose. But this is emotion. So there could be a project that you are wanting to join, maybe some new soul contracts, some new friendships. This could be new opportunities here. Maybe it's passing a test. Okay, maybe it's a universal test. Maybe it's a test that your soul has, wanted you to really thrive and move forward in. For others of you, this could be a reunion. It could be a wedding reception. It could be a party. It could be some sort of abundance or raise. This can also be connecting with other kindred spirits. And I feel like that's your strength here, is to connect with those that uplift you. It's connecting to people who bring out the best in you, not bring out the fight or flight, not bring out, certain aspects of your own triggers. Yes, is that going to happen at times, from time to time? Absolutely, without a doubt. But who you surround yourself really does determine the quality of your life. And your strength here, Taurus, is to bring people together. Your strength is to show people that they have something to celebrate. You're such a great communicator as well, or you have the ability to touch the lives of many. But sometimes you don't take your own advice here, and you should, because you give great advice, or you're able to connect and bridge the energy is what I'm getting. So your strength definitely is to celebrate the wins, celebrate all of the, all of the things that you've gone through, even if you've had to be born again in a sense. Celebrate the highs and the lows. All right, let's look at your purpose. Let's look at the purpose in this situation here. Page of Cups. There's another Cups energy. And the secondary purpose that goes along with this is the Ace of Cups. Wow. Would you just look at this, Taurus? Because there's all that cup energy I was just feeling. I haven't even looked at any of the cards. I'm going along with you. And you have the Ace of Cups as the backup here, because we have your purpose and your secondary purpose in this situation or in life, in this relationship, whatever resonates with you the most. This can be a new love opportunity. Okay, Page of Cups is quite exciting. For a lot of you, this is a new experience of the heart, something that emotionally fulfills you, that you're trying to maybe turn into a business or turn into a new contract, right, with a soulmate. And because you do have the soulmate card, a lot of you, this is love, right? You're wanting to manifest and attract this, but at the same time, maybe you've been single for 15 years and, you've got used to your routine. Or for others of you, maybe you have been in that situation where some of you could also be lawyers. You may be in the legal situation, or you may be a very honest individual, or that's something that you've taken pride in. Maybe that's part of yourself. I'm just going to say it here. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but either you or someone around you may not have always told the truth. Excuse me. You may not have always told the truth because it was your protection mechanism. It was part of the Eight of Swords, okay? Or it was part of their protection mechanism. A lot of times when people don't tell the truth, they are trying to avoid getting in some sort of, hot water. Who wants to be in hot water? No one, but it's not an excuse to lie. And so I feel like there is a new exciting opportunity, part of your purpose, and your opportunity is to keep your heart open to it here. This is emotional readiness. You're ready. Whether you believe it or not, which a lot of you are like, yes, Melissa, I am ready. Thank you, Spirit. They're giving me TED, and then I heard TED Talk. So some of you, maybe you're listening to a TED Talk. Maybe your name is Ted or Teddy. Okay, or maybe some of you are going to get a teddy bear. Okay, please take it as it resonates here. But the Page of Cups here is possibly the beginning of a new soulmate relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be very playful here. It could be very childlike, right? It brings out the fun in you, the happiness in you, instead of the fight or flight. And that's truly the type of energy that we want to embrace, right? We don't want to be walking on eggshells. We don't want to be around people who lie, who betray us. But once you raise your vibrations, you're going to realize that those type of people, Taurus, you don't really attract in your life anymore, right? So keeping your heart open is all about what this situation is bringing in at this time. The Ace of Cups is a new love connection. It's a gift of love. It is relationships. It's an overflowing of emotions. It's grace and inspiration. It is a soul quenching renewal. Why is this the purpose of this time? Because you've been working on yourself, right? You've been focusing on self-love and building that relationship with yourself and filling your own cup. And now I feel like you're ready. You have that emotional readiness to build something more concrete and more solid here in the physical world. All right, let's take a look at the main lesson to be learned. Main lesson here is all about reciprocity. Six of Pentacles. It's showing up in the resistance, which means, yes, it's still a lesson. We're still learning it because there is some form of unbalanced giving. And sometimes this Six of Pentacles is about resisting help. It can be about closing our heart or closing ourselves to new opportunities because it's been one-sided, right? Because someone may have been taking at one point and not giving, or vice versa. I'm hearing the words doormat. So some of you could have even been a doormat. A lot of you had uncertainty around the situation. You can see the moon showing up. But this could even show up around the full moon in February. I believe it's a full moon in Virgo around, I believe, the 24th or so. But this is a situation that is either coming back into balance, or you're going to meet a new person on your path, a new soul contract in business, in love, in relationships. This soul contract is based on reciprocity. And I feel like the lesson here is to not hold the past, prisoner, or not to be stuck in the past by thinking that someone is going to use you and abuse you, Taurus. Or if at one point there was unbalanced taking in a job, maybe you were working your tail end off and you weren't getting compensated for it, or they weren't recognizing your worth, or they weren't acknowledging your skills and your talents. It doesn't have to be like that every time, unless there are some unlearned lessons. That's why we tend to repeat things. And again, they're giving me that song, If I Could Turn Back Time. And maybe that's that paradigm jump or that shift that I was referring to from 20-year-old self to 40-year-old self. Even if you're, 70, or even if you're 21, it doesn't matter. It's just a reference here. But it's almost as if, you can't go back and turn the hands of time, but you can jump into a new paradigm. You can jump into a new timeline that is based on reciprocity, that's based on equal give and take, that is based on sharing. Sharing is caring. There could be some sort of unexpected resource, gift, donation, grant, scholarship. This is about generosity as well. And maybe the lesson is around financial relief, okay? Or, because some of you, this does have to do with money, especially with the Ace of Pentacles showing up as you. This has to do with being fairly recompensed for yourself or for a job, okay? But others, yes, this is relationship as well. And you can see that the sunflower is being handed with the Six Pentacles there. So the sunflower can represent the sun, right? The sun is also representative of ego, That's something you don't hear a lot of readers talk about, but the sun can be egoic. It can be the center of the universe, right? Where someone feels like it's all about me, right? And maybe you've dealt with people like that in your business or in your personal life. But I feel like this is definitely a big lesson you've had to go through. And once we realize that not every single contract has to be one-sided or imbalanced, that's just part of the growth and lesson. Once you learn it, then you can move towards some new contracts and introduce new contracts into your life. Let's take a look at the hopes, fears, and desires. The Five of Swords. Yeah. The fears here are everyone being cutthroat, everyone out for themselves, fight or flight, which we talked about here. Five of Swords is a ruthless win. And you've seen so many people just be ruthless, right? Just take, where you're trying to see the good in people, right? The desire here is to be able to compromise, to find that balance that we just talked about. But because you've been around maybe family members who were very argumentative, there was a lot of conflict. Some of you came from a very unstable home, or you yourself had a very unstable upbringing, and there was a lot of conflict. It's like you were at war. Look at this guy, Five of Swords. I mean, he has his whole full-on Troy outfit, right? Battlefield. He has his 5 swords, 4 of them on his back, 1 in his arm. It's dark around him. His mouth is wide open, like, I'm going to war, right? It's definitely a fear. But the hope is that you can take off this armor at some point or another. The hope is that you can put some of those swords down and that you can move towards that 6 of Swords, that you can move forward out of choppy waters. All right, let's take a look here at what you don't know, what you don't understand about the situation, what may be blocking, what you don't know. We do have the Devil and we have the 9 of Wands. You're tired of fighting against the devil because the devil is highly attachable. The devil can be an addictive energy. The devil can be destructive indulgences, destructive patterns, right? The devil can come in and wreak havoc, which we see with the regeneration here. So maybe you were dealing with a very toxic person, situation, addiction, temptation, anything that came in and kind of destroyed, wreaked havoc here. And the 9 of Wands says that, yes, your energy is drained, but the good news is you are going to withstand this. A lot of you, what you don't know is your strength to withstand adversity and maybe go against the crowd or against the grain or do something that very few people have the courage to do is actually going to put you in a position of power. This is important for you. 9s are about completions. You have completed a major cycle, a major victory, or at least you're telling yourself this, because there is something here about needing to release some sort of indulgence or release a situation that you know is toxic. And that's exactly what you are being guided to let go of. That's why you have the time to go card showing up subconsciously. Even if you don't quite see it at this point, I believe here, Taurus, if you do a little bit of that soul searching, if you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, Melissa, I don't know what the devil is, then you may want to connect with what's not working or what's challenging you at this time or what's the comfort zone. Or, I mean, the devil is obsessions. It's fears, it's manipulation, it's codependency, it's materialism. It can be, again, anything that is tempting you to veer you off the path of freedom, the path of success, the path of love. And what you don't know here is that you're going to withstand. You're a fighter. You are a survivor. Okay, there's nothing that you haven't been through. When the Nine of Wands gets to the Nine of Wands, they've been through it all. And remember, at the bottom of the deck, underlying energy is staying all in, staying determined. You having the strength here to withstand anything as long as you believe in it wholeheartedly, as long as you believe in yourself. So the purpose here is to release and let go of whatever the devil is for you. Again, could be within yourself, could be another person, could be some sort of toxicity that you're bringing in, or it's around you. How can we move past that and complete the cycle? Because you're tired, right? You're tired. Advice to achieve your hopes and your hopes. And we don't want to achieve your fears, but this is how you can achieve your hopes. Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, Two of Cups. Look at this. A lot of cup energy here for you. And that's what we said in the beginning. So definitely opening your heart, not shutting down, being honest with yourself. Seven of Swords. Because we have the Truth Be Told card 14, it's also temperance energy in tarot. The Truth Be Told, the 14 is. And I feel like the angels are helping you be patient. They're helping you gain a sense of self-control. They're helping you moderate. Some of you were dealing with a person with a very bad temper, or maybe you yourself had some extremes when it came to your emotions or your behaviors. But this is about hidden deceit. And it's about self-deceit and moving away from that energy, because this is, the cousin of the devil. So what you don't know is the devil here is attaching to your hopes, trying to pull you back. Taurus, you're meant to move forward. You're meant, and this is I feel like your whole purpose here is to have this comeback. It's like the comeback kid here. Your whole energy around this reading is to have a new beginning, to move out of stagnation, to move out of routine and fears and toxicity and patterns and limiting beliefs that hold you back from the Two of Cups. It's to open your heart and trust your intuition. The Queen of Cups showing up here, she is someone who gives great advice. She's extremely intuitive. She is a healer. It could be psychic or a tarot reader, maybe even in the caring profession. Maybe she takes care of others. She could be a nurse, a massage therapist, a teacher, a healer, a massage. I think I said that twice. There could be something here with massage. Some of you might need to get a good massage. Okay, but the Two of Cups is about partnerships. It's about soulmates. It's about soul contracts. So advice to achieve your hopes is trust your intuition. Trust that your heart is leading you into new opportune moments. Trust that there are new contracts coming in to help you grow. For some of you, though, I also feel like there could be a new contract coming in that's going to help you walk away, because some of you have this deep-seated fear that you have to go it alone, or you have to, do it all by yourself. Or you may have, again, with that test or that lesson, maybe it's you opening up and saying, yes, I accept your help. Because maybe you were resisting help for so long, because that was a fight or flight response, because you had to be independent. You had to grow up quickly, or you had to do things on your own. But I absolutely feel, without a doubt here, Taurus, there's a new soul contract coming in for you, or currently in your energy, that is here to help you heal, that is here to open up your intuition, that is here to bring about a sense of support that maybe you've never felt before, or you haven't felt for quite some time. This Queen, this Queen of Cups could be an energy that you are calling in. That could be part of the Two of Cups here, or it could be yourself. And I absolutely, without a doubt, feel like you have taken that time to reflect, reflect. You've taken that time to focus on balancing maybe your own masculine and your feminine energy. You've taken maybe a separation period, or you've worked on healing some past trauma. And a lot of you, in order to do that, you shut down your heart. In order to completely heal, you kind of wrapped yourself in a little bit of a cocoon or a little bit of a ball so you could nurture your own self back to life. But I feel that there is something beautiful here coming in. So keep your heart open to this opportunity. That's what I have here for you, Taurus. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And again, if you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much, Taurus, for tuning in. Lots of love.